and I nearly died. So, Nicholas Wong. Oh yeah, he's 17 years old.
Hello everyone. I'll be reading two pieces for you today. One's a poem, one's a prose piece. So first one is called Station Island. I have two epigraphs. First one's written by Dante. So here it goes. All around this little island, on the strand far down below there, where the breakers strive, roll the tall rushes from the oozy sand. The second epigraph is from Simon Sini. Says, I was now a dual citizen. He therefore desired me, when I got home, to consider myself a representative and to speak on their behalf in my own tongue. Yeah, so this poem, Station Island, is written from a point of view of a Singaporean about Singapore-Malaysia relations, and of course Malaysia is Singapore's favorite neighbor. So here it goes. Or, as we said, orphaned, they lack the conscience. Tigers roam their state, but our true blue lions firm the bay. Like freedom, the edge becomes our cartographer, red dot charting waters white, unbound. Then our lions, never spiteful, marked the frontier with their tall and scaly tails. Unlike their tigers, thieves, barred in black stripes. Our lions have lily white fangs to whistle the roar of their forward heads, somehow disembodied, bust from the trunk of the past. Know that our crest is our pride, a ride homebound to peninsulas flung arm wide. Round this little island is heaven. Of course, other archipelagos are stones of the sky, so we can step, clutch on. The tide of straits turn heaven high, liquidating our city. Yet beauty is ours, small as a jewel, refracting our fears to Augustine's plan. Our beady eyes drift, when still tears wind down, cut our ancestral cheeks. But we are hawks, we perch on rocks, citizens of the world. This station island wants no bridges ever to secure, to undergird our present future. Listen, for we have all, and we are the dot of a treasure lost, ghost script in the fur of our mythic future. The second is a piece I wrote, it's called The Dentist, a prose piece. I wrote it at the beginning of the year after my friend, the dentist, passed away. Yeah, I read the excerpt from it. So how life could be erased like an accidental crunch of a clock. Many times I would remember my primary school classmate, a girl who had amused us with a soft blue hat at school every day. Was she shy, or needed to hide her pale face from the hard light bouncing off us? No, she was hairless under, and thought hair, like plants, needed sunlight to grow. So 6 months later, the class crowded at her house garden and sang hymns, and hymns, we thought, were joyful. And so we sang, and we raised our hands and we bowed our heads. In silence we mapped the scraps of our feet as we shuffled over to the heavy stone in the middle of the room and peered resolutely into that deep, searching as if it would tell us to recover time lost. And as we danced around her to the still rhythmic cue of her heartbeat, our whispers hushed. Our geniuses relaxed into the sunken veil, and we crashed past doors that blocked us from facing with grandeur the reality of her life, knowing that she was alive and not taken away, that she was only mesmerized by the friend who had excelled in the necessary art of cheating her away from us, that she had mistakenly bitten into that apple and had gone, and had needed us one by one to come in and peep in like a prince, and see who she would prefer to bring her back to truth. Her father was a dentist. He shook our hands, and our teacher, who was crying, called us to walk back, past the playground into class. Every movement of ours felt like a drowned foot in the mud, sucked eternally into that weary but incomprehensible recall of troops on the furlough. The dentist, my friend, was a gentle giant. My mother used to say that we liked to surround dead people with myths, so that they became part of us, and part of us remained in them. But the truth was, we were incomplete, and our study fragments of them always featured like a terrible wallpaper, our curtain that we hung up, stained with our own fingerprints and blood work. And we would turn away, afraid that its original beauty has vanished or tapered off against the sense of our memories. Memories stolen and memories weaved, memories washed and puckering against the wind. Our memories, we made of them, were cut out to preserve and choke the specimen in the bell jar of time. It was time we willed to preserve, not the image of him or her that we had learned to let go, with the hurting feeling that not enough time was spent, or too much time was spent, or indeed time was spent but now it's gone. And we transcribed these tears that we had shed for the breaking of the bad news, the time there were quarrels, and so much more upon a wet palimpsest, for reference in the future of time present and time past, revising opinions as we discover our faults, and then slowly, day by day, they would diminish in our thoughts as we wrote the scroll of our passing years, flattening the feelings, events, and conceptions of the person long erased from earth, from truth, from memory. It becomes the figurine we put on a mantle, dusty and wasted from years of looking through him. It becomes the flat figure, one characterized only by our meanings and our choice. It becomes dead. In the long years he had lived before us, now retire into a short moment for your consideration, in my unflattering outburst that really years have flown past without my realizing it was dead. That's all.
But can you tell us a bit more about your awards? Yeah, and like Sharon said about me, someday my claim to fame would be that the first person who ever got Nicholas Wong to read was me.
My first reading here, so I'm quite nervous, as you can see. I'm a recipient of the 4 Young Poets of the Year award. It's a British competition for young poets from the age 11 to 17, the most prestigious prize in Britain. And I've written for young kids. I've written several plays as well. One got first prize, one got third prize in the Singapore Young Dramatist Award. I'm not sure if they're published, but I hope to see my play on stage. There's one more. The National Chinese Essay Writing Competition. I participated and won first prize in secondary 1 and 2. I'll be going to Columbia next August, and I wish to major in comparative lit and creative writing. And it's really great to see you all.